Hello. Welcome. I have my mic propped up on the side. Today, hopefully, you'll be able to hear me okay, even though it's a bit far away. Um, so this week has been, I don't know, pretty interesting. Mercury is still in retrograde, so all of that is going on. Okay, so I guess the first hot topic I want to talk about is are the Hawaii wildfires. It's been all over the news. It's hard not to cry over that. I've never been to Hawaii, but I know a lot of people who go there, and a lot of people that I talk to, it seems like the people who visit Hawaii really don't give a fuck about like Hawaii itself or the people, which, duh, of course, why would they? They're tourists. They don't give a fuck about a place that they don't call home. Like, I don't travel. I don't really have a desire to travel because I'm like 37 and I don't feel like it. And I know that there are people my age who travel and older people who travel, but it's just one of those things. If it's for you, then you lean into it, do it. And if you don't like it, like, why do it just to impress people you don't really care about? You don't even like anyways. So I have not been traveling to Hawaii. I've never been to Hawaii ever. But I will definitely, I'm going to bring this closer just because I like holding it. I also made a reel this morning. I was just like mad and frustrated for the natives because I can't imagine losing my home. Like, I'm such a homebody that would be like the worst thing for me. So it hurts. I mean, it hasn't happened to me yet, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. So, it just made me mad. It's just crazy how, like, people want to move to Hawaii, but they don't even respect the locals or the land. They just want to be in a beautiful place, trash it, exploit it, and then move on to the next beautiful place that they can trash and exploit. So, to me, traveling doesn't really vibe with me. I don't really care if people think I'm like uncultured because I don't travel or because I don't have a desire to travel, but it's just not something I'm interested in, and I don't think that makes me weird. I think it just means that I'm interested in something different. One of the notes I made, I see a lot of natives on TikTok and Instagram talk about like needing supplies. When it comes to a lot of these tragedies, people are so quick to donate money, but what is money going to do? Like, money isn't going to feed you or house you and stuff. You still need to buy the things, get the things, attain the things before you achieve comfort. So that's why I always hesitate to donate money, because it's like, who does it actually go to? Because with money, it's so easy to steal. And I'm more of the type to donate my actions, put in time, than to like give money. If and when I find myself in a natural disaster and I get money instead of supplies, I'm going to be pissed. I would be so pissed. I want supplies. I want a boat. I want blankets. I want food. Yeah, I do not want money. Money is a tool. It's like a hammer. It's just that. That's all it is. It helps you get things, but it doesn't make it magically appear. There needs to be a discussion about how to handle natural disasters, because although getting money and receiving donations is okay. Like sometimes with you don't know who the donations go to and if it's actually going to be used for what it's intended. I wish there was some way, like a forum or platform, where victims of natural disasters or major tragedies can like post supplies that they need, and like people can like buy those things and then like send it send it directly to them, or like, you know, I don't know how it would work, but there's definitely got to be some sort of platform to go on and do all that. But I don't know, the world is changing and we'll see how it goes. I wonder if I should. Oh, and I want to lead. No. I'll say that for later. Oh, and then one more thing for the wildfires is I feel like the wildfires have been kind of weird lately. Like they're not normal. They're just not normal. I mean, I'm not a huge camper, but I do like a good bonfire every once in a while. And I also did a little bit of research on like burning buildings and stuff. This was back when I used to watch Shane Dawson, and I really liked his conspiracy videos because some of it was pretty close to home. It was pretty close, like eerie level. But like I remember he brought up the idea of like lasers potentially being used to start the wildfires, because it is kind of strange how like the homes would be disintegrated but the trees would be standing still. And there's documentation of buildings burning for like days and standing still. So for it to disintegrate so quickly is very strange. And if you know, super villain movies were real, like Austin Powers. Oh my God, I already forgot the character's name. But you know, he was a rich guy and he had a powerful laser and stuff. And you know, in sci-fi movies, laser weapons are usually red, right? But if I wanted to be sneaky and make like a war weapon, I would make the laser clear or transparent. That way no one can see it. And it is possible for it to be transparent because human perception is so limited. Like there's actually only a small number of wavelengths that our eyes can perceive, which is why some things are invisible to us. And so I mean, I often wonder about that. I know it's like kind of crazy and way far-fetched, but it's interesting to think about. And it kind of like ties into all the housing pressure that they're facing. And when you look at how colonization works and stuff, it's just like, it's like it never ended. You know, it's just, it still exists, but in a different form. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is aliens and unidentified anonymous phenomenon. I watched the House hearing on it this week, and it was interesting. I mean, like, I feel like everybody knew aliens existed in the 90s. There was just a lot of buzz going around about it, and of course, like, the government denied its existence. But you know, I mean, I'll be straight up, like, in my small hometown, and I lived near a Navy base, I saw weird things in the sky and heard weird stuff. And I thought I might have heard like weird alien creatures in my backyard when I was younger, but it could also have been a trespasser, like a human trespasser. And then I also read this one part in Carl Sagan's book that everybody likes to talk about. There's a chapter in that book where he talks about how aliens aren't real, and the people who do have like alien encounter experiences are actually like traumatized people who were touched inappropriately as a child, and so they used aliens as like a mask to cover their dark truth, which is, I don't know. I don't like that book. I don't like that book because it takes away magic, and I feel like a lot of points in that book kind of contradicts itself. So I don't know. I didn't like that book. But yeah, I mean, it's like, I guess it's kind of like when a gay child comes out to their parents and their parents already knows. It's like, yeah, we knew there were aliens. Like, no one's freaking out because we saw it. And, we all dealt with it in our own ways. I don't know. It's just funny. But, I'm also glad that they're bringing this up now because there's so much to think about. I don't know. I feel like if they wanted to control us, they've already done that. Aww. And I do believe there's a possibility for aliens to exist in another dimension or form that our eyes cannot perceive. And I think they're just chilling and just observing us and stuff. And I'm sure there are nefarious aliens who want to mess with our stuff. And then I don't remember if it was like a sci-fi story that I heard. Someone told me and I heard or whatever. But I remember hearing this one sci-fi story where the aliens use humans to harvest like natural resources that our body creates, like sweat, urine, and blood. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're interested in our kidney stones too. Is it too far off from like an oyster and pearls? Who knows? It's fun to think about. Is it fun to think about? I don't know. And just the way like some people treat other humans, you would think that their brain was hijacked by an alien who wants to just extract resources. It's crazy. This is just crazy talk. And it's kind of one of the things I kind of like about making this type of content is okay, so QAnon, they get to say whatever bullshit conspiracy theory they want. So I'm going to make up my own fantasy since we're all around over here. I spent my life just kind of denying or suppressing my alien encounters and what I saw in the sky and stuff. Um, I don't see the same things in the sky because I live in a larger city, and so I don't see all the cool lights and flickering twinkles and things like that. And plus, I lived by a Navy base, so it was hard to decipher if it was like a, a plane, a military plane, or something more than that, or an experimental craft. I think that was probably, that might have been one of the, things that they told us. We're experimenting with new technology. And I feel like in the 90s, I forgot what year exactly, but I remember being in elementary school and there was a news special on alien bodies, and they even showed like footage of the bodies. And I remember feeling like chills go through my whole body and like closing my eyes because it was just really freaky looking. I feel a little bit more desensitized now, but oh my god, that was so creepy. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if aliens wanted to turn us into slaves or whatever, they probably already have us tapped in some ways. I mean, like, this pandemic is crazy. How is it that the air was too toxic for us to survive in at one point? That's so fucking crazy. Next topic, Trump's indictment. Oh my god. He's it was for the insurrection, but that was like 3 years ago. Justice moves so effing slow, and it seems like him and his team's tactics are to prolong the court stuff for as long as they can. And it's so annoying. And then they also have he also has his little goons running around harassing people out of office and out of their shit. And yeah, it's crazy. He got hit with a RICO charge, and thank goodness for Georgia for pulling that, because it needed to be done. An interesting thing I also noticed is Rudy Giuliani was indicted the same way that he indicted the mafia back when he was a DA for New York, I believe. But Trump's whole thing, that whole 18 people, that is so many people. That's a closed section in a restaurant. That is so many people. Of course it's a RICO charge. There's so many people involved. I don't really have anything else to expand on that. I'm starting to get tired. And, yeah, my brain is slowly fading. And the last thing I want to talk about is integrating Apple or Google in first responder stuff. I know that Google has a special feature on their Apple Watches and some of their phones where if you're in a car crash, it alerts 911 and tells them the precise location. But let's take it a step further and have either one of those two companies fully immerse themselves in first responder services. and really like take hold of that, because they already have all the information, they have the technology, they can create the system if they wanted to, and they already have like almost everybody's information already and location. So it should be, I feel like it would help with crime a little bit better, at least help people find justice, since it's so easy for crimes to be committed. Millennials and Gen Z really need to take control of everything. Not everything, but we really need to start taking control of what direction we want the future to go towards, because the older generations just want to keep things the same or move it in such a way that it continues to benefit them. And I feel like they've been having a good piece of the pie for like way too long, and it's time to pull it back. And we can't be scared. We have to stand up and fight for what's right, even if we will get pushback and we will be harassed and assaulted over it. Like, we truly have to live the world that we want. I also want to note, I think I was reading like a news article or watching like a news clip, and they had mentioned that Oakland's 911 dispatchers uses Motorola equipment. The equipment is so outdated that they have to buy spare parts on eBay. That is such a big red flag. That needs to be updated immediately. And I often wonder how different and how much more smooth our government would run. How much faster would our courts be if we integrated technology so that it would move faster? Because what I'm finding with a lot of this bureaucratic BS is it's a lot of not lazy paperwork, but a lot of like work around, like, let me go the longest route possible, and not so much like, let me just instant message, send an email. And I'm tired of like these letters. Like, stop sending me letters. There are people stealing mails, like jacking like mail trucks and stuff. So we need to like update this. And of course, like, it just reminds me of like when I worked at this one restaurant that I'm pretty sure it's the only restaurant in Oakland, or the only restaurant today. I don't know, could be. But they still they still pass out paper paychecks. They don't do direct deposit at all. And I'm like, I worked there like, what, 2021? 2021, no direct deposit? Like, what kind of backwoods stuff is going on? Like, and the POS system they used was outdated. Like, it was running on Windows 95. What loophole are you trying to hold on to by not updating your stuff? And it's just irritating. I'm just frustrated because, it's like people complain about how Oakland and San Francisco is like so bad and terrible, but it's like the people who are in power aren't doing shit. I mean, they are doing some stuff, but like, who is responsible for updating the equipment for first responders? Who's responsible for that? And why aren't they doing it? Like, and then like all this crime happens, and then like people on the comment section of everything wants just blame Democrats. They're like, Democrats are doing it. It's like, no, it's the system. The system is disorganized and messed up, and there are unethical people keeping it messed up. They're not helping others out like they're supposed to. They're just blocking opportunities. And it's just frustrating. I feel so winded. I've been feeling so tired a lot lately. But it's fine. It's fine because it could just be my hormones because I'm a woman and our bodies are one big mystery. And we can take a bunch of tests and it'll all come out normal. But whatever. It's fine. Anyways, so I'm done. I have to, I'm in the middle of some stuff too. So I got to go do some things. And then, yeah, that's it for the week. I'll come up with more hot topics to talk about. Maybe I'll drink some coffee or energy drinks so that I can keep my mind going. But I hope you have a good week and I'll make another post soon. Goodbye.